children and youth constitute approximately 50% of refugees worldwide that must flee their country for fear of persecution due to racial, religious, national, political or social reasons. How would you feel in their shoes? Where would you go?
Seco deserto está tomando conta do planeta. A água doce, bebível, potável está acabando. Poluição, devastação, queimadas, desequilíbrio mental, desequilíbrio do meio ambiente. Segundo as previsões do ciência.
Hello, I'm Maeve. Today's Wednesday. Welcome to Euro Pocket News. As today is World Refugee Day, today's news will be a special dedication to that. So let's go. Today there are 9.2 million refugees in the world. 90% live in impoverished countries, and 60% are born and die refugees. Since 1993, around 8,000 migrants and refugees have died trying to enter Europe. With this in mind, 7 years ago, the United Nations General Assembly decided to dedicate the 20th of June to a day to recognise and celebrate the contribution of refugees throughout the world. On the same note, the UK is this week celebrating Refugee Week. First held in 1998, the aim of the week is to deliver positive educational messages that counter fear, ignorance and negative stereotypes of refugees through arts, cultural and educational events. Created in response to the increasingly negative perceptions of refugees and asylum seekers held by the general public in Britain, it's the only UK-wide event that promotes the importance of sanctuary. Why does the word refugee have such a negative connotation? Think about Wycliffe Jean, Bob Marley, Jackie Chan, Sigmund Freud, Karl Marx and Albert Einstein. The Spanish Commission for the Aid of Refugees, SER, is a non-governmental organisation founded in 1979 to promote the solidarity of Spanish society in favour of refugees. Dedicating its time to developing programmes for the legal and social protection of refugees in Spain, SER provides free legal services to aid asylum seekers, offers social services to promote their integration, and provides educational and work assistance. Europocket visited their head office to talk about the general situation of refugees in Europe and deduced that European countries quite frankly are not doing enough to improve the situation.
Hola, soy Katia de Europocket TV y hoy se conmemora el Día Mundial del Refugiado. Estamos en la Comisión Española de Ayuda al Refugiado para hablar con la delegada de la Fundación, Sara Verdú. Vamos.
¿Cuál es la diferencia entre refugiado y asilado?
Bueno, en cualquiera de los dos casos estamos hablando de personas que huyen de sus países porque tienen un temor fundado a ser perseguidos o están siendo perseguidos por distintos motivos que regula el Convenio de Ginebra. Y es por razón de raza, de religión, por cuestión de nacionalidad, por pertenecer a un grupo social determinado o por sus opiniones políticas. En base a eso, estas personas tienen la necesidad de huir a otros países que les pueda dispensar la protección que su país no les puede dar.
¿Cómo se dibuja el panorama mundial de refugiados?
Bueno, el panorama mundial de los refugiados, como el panorama de los derechos humanos, es verdaderamente desolador. La cantidad de refugiados en el mundo crece y crece. Estamos hablando, según las organizaciones de derechos humanos, de 35 millones de personas refugiadas, 15 millones de desplazados internos y mientras tanto Europa sigue empeñada en cerrar sus fronteras, obsesionada por la seguridad y el precio de la misma es el derecho de asilo, el reconocimiento del derecho de asilo y evitar, ¿no?, que esta realidad llegue a nuestras fronteras.
More than 150 million people will be refugees by 2050 as a consequence of climate change, according to the Red Cross. And those most affected will be the elderly, the poor and the disabled, who will not have the ways or means to uproot. 40 million people worldwide have already been forced to flee from their homes, escaping environmental degradation and natural disasters. These dramatic consequences are having a huge effect on human displacement. If we take Sudan's Darfur crisis for an example, the conflict has political roots, but it's also fueled by increased competition between traditional herders and farmers for scarce resources like water. Director of the Climate Change Study Centre in The Hague, Madeleine Helmer, has publicly warned that we cannot escape climate change and we have to step up our efforts to fight it. And finally, let's talk about those who choose to stay in their own country, even when it's struck with civil war. Not refugees, but victims in their own hometowns. The protagonists of Hometown Baghdad, an ongoing documentary web series that follows the true daily lives of 3 young Iraqis trying to survive in the town they grew up in. It's split into 38 mini-episodes and it's available online. Refugees have and will always make a massive cultural, social and economic contribution to our lives. Keep that in mind until we meet tomorrow in Europocket News. Bye.